Good evening, one and all. Welcome to round 3 of the oNID Racing Classic DTM Championship here on Assetto Corsa. Better late than never. We are here with what is going to be a fantastic showing of 19 drivers tonight. Good mix of Alphas, BMWs, Mercedes. At the minute, Karolczak leading the way with just over 5 minutes of qualifying left to go. Alongside me, as per usual on a DTM AC night, is a wonderful American that is Dominic Barut. Hello, Dominic from across the pond. How are you, sir?
Doing good on this Monday afternoon over here. Just tuning in, getting ready to watch another good DTM race here at Mugello. And we got a different person than usual sitting up on top of the leaderboard as of right now. Karolczak sitting up top.
Good
and yeah, definitely good lap. 2 minutes flat right there. And if it's anything looking like practice was looking, I think Bevan might have a little bit of competition here this week.
I reckon he will. We'll see what happens. Karolczak currently holding the top spot there instead of the 2 minute point 2. Hildo and Strystrand a fair chunk away from that time, sadly, so we'll see what he can do going forwards as Karolczak again setting some really good times there, but not on a good lap as it stands, sadly. He's going around that last corner down the final straight as I find the right camera view. There we go. I'm totally prepared, guys. That's all good. Bevan though gets a bit further up than the time was. I do apologise. I didn't realise that Karolczak lap and what was second place was a 2 minute 1.7. It's a good second gap between. That's an insane lap from Johan.
Yes, Johan has definitely been showing some pace, especially in practice. Bevan, though, has actually posted a quicker lap than he posted in practice, so that gap is coming down incrementally. We'll see if Bevan can close it in any closer.
Oh, we'll be sure to find out. It's a massive moment for Johan there. And that's going to be his lap ruined. Bevan, though, on a lap up in the first sector, personal best. Still not quite enough to potentially challenge as of right now. But he's going to definitely give it its best shot as he's sliding through that corner there. Very high speed track, a lot of corners that require commitment, downforce and confidence in the car, but if you do go for a setup that is very much downforce, you're going to lose out on straights like this one here.
Yeah, they were I was listening on the conversation before the race, and they were all saying that they feel that the BMW might have a little bit of an edge here this week with the straight line speed. Um, Even though is definitely out there pushing that Mercedes as hard as he can, and then the others in the Alpha were saying that they were having a hard time getting the thing to turn into the turns. They were having a lot of understeer issues with the all-wheel drive.
Oh, glorious. Yeah, definitely the Alphas here are balanced powered, so they are bopped. The drivers that do choose to drive them will suffer from a loss of performance because of that four-wheel drive system, but nonetheless, given a bit of a good rep here, it's currently BMW, Mercedes, BMW for the top three. 1.5 minutes to go. Everyone's out. Not only person, two people in the pits at the minute, 3 people in the pits at the minute, should I say, Bruce, Overstreet and Myatt, and they will not be taking any further part in this qualifying session and will start 15th, 17th and 18th. Lydia, good afternoon to you too. Lovely camera angles. I'm glad you enjoyed them, and I'm actually quite enjoying the camera angles here at Mugello as well. It's a nice mod to have cameras on, as Alfie very deep, and I think says, you know what, I've had enough. I'm going to go back to the pit lane and hope for best. Who else is on the lap? Yeah, Angela Scott on the lap. They're going to try and improve. Not improving as it stands, is Angela, but is going to try and attempt to claw some time back. That first sector is very much down on anything that they've set before during this qualifying session. But sector 2,
Alfie has elected to go back out. I don't really know why, with only 25 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, how very random. Very random indeed. Angelo is finding time in that middle sector and is only 0.3 down on Karolzak's time come the middle sector, so finds a shed load of time after that first sector. We'll see what happens. Karolzak comes across the line, stays first of course, because I think that's how that works. But Beaven, Chameleon and Scott all on laps. That's it. Scott decides no, that's it. It goes into pit lane, so that's it for them. Beaven is on a lap, but we said he's not going to be able to set a time. Leach and Olkers all go to pit lane. Chameleon. What can Chameleon do? Purple sector 2. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. Let's stick with this and see what happens with Chameleon. I just realised I'm not showing my screen for you, am I, Dominic? Whoopsies. So I'm commentating on things you can't see. Let's admin correctly, shall we? As my co-commentator's probably shooting in the dark a little bit. But Chameleon's going to come round what looks to be the final sector. It goes very wide. Is that invalidated? It hasn't, according to the timing tower. So we're all right for now. I'm going to continue with the lap and see what they can do. Final turn, long left-hander. Run it out as far as you can. Comes across the line, does Chameleon. Is it going to be enough for pole? It isn't! An improvement, yes, but Karolzak staying on pole there with a 2:02 exactly as we wait the server to change over into the race session.
I think Chameleon was quite excited with that second place there. Definitely hitting the horn after crossing the finish line. That is
yeah, absolutely.
Quite the improvement. Definitely slotted in right in front of Beaven too, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Second place for Chameleon. So Karolzak, Chameleon, Beaven, Scott, Leach, Hill, Olkers, Freistrand, Hine, and Nicola Kakis is your top 10. Bloomquist, Jorgen, Lindblom, Bob, Myatt, Leach Senior, Silver, Overstreet, and Norman Bruce round up your 19 drivers for today's first race of two half-hour races tonight with pit window of 10 minutes in the middle of the race. Opens at 20 minutes left and closes at 10 minutes left. So all these guys all need to make a pit stop. A tyre change is mandatory. Soft, mediums and hards to this race, and again, as every race, it seems like the softs and mediums have been the tyres to use. The hards I don't think have really been contemplated really within a race session yet this season. We're in round 3 and we get to see them, so we'll keep an eye out and see if any of them do make an appearance, as we will just await everyone to go to circuit, and indeed we will go back to live pictures of the Mugello circuit as we see everyone lining up. What a brilliant view we have of the start grid there, and once they get going we'll get a good snapshot of everyone getting it off the line badly, but then we'll immediately jump down to that sweeping first corner right-hander into turn 1. Oh, see, I'm really knackered and race hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, definitely was a last minute rush to get it all up and going.
It was blame admin stuff. Right, 5 seconds go. We're seeing the lights already. Engines are starting to rev, and we are away for round 3 at Mugello. Bad start from BMW at the back. Apart from that, everyone gets away reasonably cleanly. I'm going to go up into turn 1 now. Oh, it's contact! That is the pole sitter off on the side. Looks like got a bit of a door bang there. But keeps it going, keeps it pointing in the right direction. Oh, his car's off as well. That's an Alpha taken to the grass. But apart from that, I think we're alright. Alfie Beaver. Oh no, I was saying that. I spoke too soon. That's Olkers dropping down the order. Having a spin there, potentially collecting Bloomquist as well. And Hein and Kalozak. That's massive off in the midfield there.
Yeah, that was quite the shake-up there on the start, huh?
No, absolutely. So I think a couple of reports will be going in after the race from the drivers. The stewards will be kept busy, no doubt. But a manic first start to the first lap as we see Beaven continuing to lead and wide. Top 3 are breaking away already. Beaven, Scott Hill. Then it's Nicola Kakis in 4th in that balance of performance. Bopped Alpha Romeo, Limber in 5th, Silver 6th. Leach Senior 7th, making up some good positions. Tim Bob 8th, Strystrand 9th, Jorgensen 10th, Chameleon, the pole sitter, Chameleon the pole sitter? It was Chameleon. Down second place, should I say, down to 11th. Overstreet 12th.
Yeah, the Chameleon was down to, what was it, 15th?
Yeah.
At one point from 2nd, and Karlzak was down to 19th from 1st.
Oof.
And somehow Beaven avoided everything.
Of course he did. Of course Alfie being avoided it.
Of course he did, right?
It's like, Alfie being Alfie.
He's got paid actors out there now. I know it.
Oh dear Lord. Oh, it's a battle in the background. Chameleon going around Overstreet, and that your fellow American will be cursing, saying, "You can't go round here outside."
Nikola Kakis, though. Nikola Kakis jumped up from, I think, was it 10th to 4th after the first lap? So that was a big plus for him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great plus for him. Meanwhile, Leach having to fight with a dive bombing Bloomquist up the inside. Oh, he makes contact with the car ahead. That's Chameleon having contact there, and in the gravel as well. Yeah, that's Chameleon. And then who was that he made contact with? That was another BMW, potentially Kalozak. Oh, it was Myatt.
I saw Overstreet. Overstreet went down a couple of places there as well.
It was Ben Myatt who got rear-ended though. That's what happened. Yeah, Ben Myatt also looking very much worse for wear as Kalozak looks up the inside. And I think Ben just kind of wisely lets him have it a little bit there. Olka's gaining a position on Tim Bob. as they go uphill to the middle sector. That's a battle. Oh, massive slide from Tim Bob, and he's around. On the grass as well, so that's not going to help his tyres, nor is it going to help with the handling of the car. Does get back onto track in a safe manner, so kudos to Tim Bob for doing so, but he'll be kicking himself for that mistake.
So after saying the BMW was supposed to be strong here, there is only 2 of them inside of the top 14 now. The rest are settled down at 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th position.
Don't say that.
That is quite the shake-up there.
That is a bit of shake-up. You jinxed it now, didn't you? What are you doing that for?
Yeah, that I don't know what happened there.
Gonna drop now.
Not only am I commentating cursing drivers, I'm the whole manufacturers.
God, as we see a couple of Alfa Romeos now dropping down the order. Bloomquist has got overtaken by Hine, but this battle here, Leach Senior got overtaken by Jorgensen and Mercedes. Now these 2 Alphas got to go at it as well. Side by side is Olkers and Leach Senior. I think they'll sort it out before they turn in. And yes, Olkers just, Leach Senior, should I say, yielding. No, Olkers yielding to Senior, should I say. Right. What else is happening up and down the field as it stands? Overstreet, Leach, Bloomquist. Oh, hold on a minute. We're going to stay there. Senior up the inside of Olkers. No. Stays put. It's fantastic. ASAP_midnight has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, good sir. Pleasure to have you. Welcome to the community. Love it when you hear Murray walking like that. It's quite nice. Bit nostalgic. Sorry, Dominic. Sorry, Dominic. I don't think you would have heard that.
Oh no, yeah, I didn't hear it, but I know who Murray Walker is.
That's good. You're an American. I can understand if you wouldn't know. In the background, no. Overstreet, the fighting. I say fighting. Just lost 2 positions to Leach and Karolzak. It's very wide into the entrance of the final turn. But then decides to get his foot down and get the power down. Karolzak in the BMW making a comeback. Oh, have I just cursed that? Oh, God.
It wasn't me this time, yay.
It wasn't you this time. No, it wasn't. And it was me who said it, and he's going to keep it going for now. Into town.
I want to congratulate somebody on how well they're doing right now, but I'm kind of personally scared, honestly.
I fear for my life when I congratulate a certain driver anywhere up and down this road. You just never know what's going to happen. Nothing else happening. Oh, massive contact. That's 2 Alphas. Leach and Bloomquist are coming together. Just caught that in the background as we were following Karolzak there, but they both keep on going. As it stands, Mercedes, BMW was the top 3, but we'll stick with this battle down in the background as Leach is flashing his lights at Bloomquist. They all keep it going though. It's nice to see. Bloomquist still on the tail of Karolzak. The leaders doing their own thing at the minute. Beaven 1.1 seconds over start. Battle here. Oh, there's a battle in the midfield. There's also a battle here. There's Hine Senior decide to try and go at it. Sorry, Bloomquist and Chameleon, should I say? Decide to go at. Is this Chameleon? No, it's a Leach. What am I saying?
That's Bloomquist and Leach, yeah.
Bloomquist and Leach. I do apologise. I am not with it today. But who is coming up in the background is Chameleon. We're going to try and look up the inside of Bloomquist here. And Can't quite do
That's
it here.
leech off in the sand.
It is leech off in the sand, and that's been that's contact.
Oh, no,
There's 3 cars round.
3 round.
And there's also further contact with
4.
the car. 4 cars involved, another one having to take avoiding action and deciding people going to the pit straight away. That's overshooting Bloomquist. That's a massive collision between all those involved there. And that is some races around. There was a BMW going around. That was going. Oh no, Alpha was going around on pit, spinning around like a spinning top on pit exit, and indeed Bloomquist and overshoot onto the pits. Let's jump away from that because we're not going to get a camera view of them in the pit lane. Instead, let's have a check-in with Scott and Bevan, our P1 and P2 in a minute. Great performances from both drivers. Nothing's happened. It's fine. We're all right. No commentator's curse yet.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Good little.
I'm feeling a bit risky tonight.
A little risky, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta push it.
Gotta push it a little bit. Yeah, for sure. Oh dear God, help us all. But
Well,
no,
if we're going that route, I do gotta say Angela Scott is definitely making moves and holding up there with Bevan. 1.2 behind and not letting him get away.
Dear God, you are just.
I just sent it.
You're throwing the boat out. There's no holding you back at this point. Pit window, though, folks, is now open. Officially, people can now make their pit stops in the pit window, and it will count towards their mandatory pit stop. If you've pitted already, tough luck. Suck it up, Buttercup. You're gonna have to find a force of will to pit again in this pit window to try and satisfy the mandatory pit stop requirements. Let's jump a bit further back down the road because there's a wonderful battle here. Well, it was a wonderful battle before Zach Silver peeled off into the pit lane. Lindblom's pitting though, so is Zach Silver, but Carol Zach and Hein Ulkers will continue this 3-way battle for 7th, 8th and 9th respectively with P10 in the background as well. I do apologise, it's 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, did I say, in the background there. Is that it's 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th? Yeah, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th in this 4-way battle with these guys. It is BMW, Mercedes, Alpha. BMW making a comeback through the grid now, which is quite nice. And indeed we are seeing these guys fighting cleanly, and even though Kawasak's car does look a bit rough, let's say, he is holding it out there in that P6, but we'll have to make pit stop. But right then, folks, just to point something out on your left side of your screen, you'll see the timing tower is active and is keeping us up to date with gaps and timings between the drivers. Sadly, it will not track the pit stop, so we'll have to sadly assume everyone will make their pit stops when it's supposed to, and sadly it will not update on the timing tower, very annoyingly. Lead battle though has really closed up. 0.3 of a second, Bevan Scott. I have a sneaky suspicion someone might be on softs and someone might be on mediums, which is confirmed via the timing tower. So Bevan's tyres may be feeling it at this point.
Yeah, I would say by those last 2 lap times it looks about right. I think Scott was about a half a second faster.
I would tend to agree with you. We'll jump on board with Scott as he goes very wide onto the grass. But equally, Bevan has a very loose moment and gets himself sideways on the exit of the corner. I was quite excited for a bit of on-board action now. It was thoroughly disappointed. Lydia says Kawasaki is really fighting his way back to the top again. He is, absolutely, and he's relentless, I must say. From the previous races that we've had with this series, he is absolutely non-stop. It's quite incredible, really.
Yeah, after all of the...
Oh, messing over for Scott! It's into the wall. That's P2 off into the wall. I'm not putting that down to commentators curse.
Yeah, I feel like we had moved on to the next person.
We moved on, so I'm not taking any responsibility for that. So, oh dear Lord, right. Scott now down in third. Bevan now has a very comfortable 10-second lead over Hill.
I wonder if Bevan will opt to just jump into the pits now with that newfound gap.
I do wonder, and indeed he does.
Yep, it definitely does.
He absolutely wholeheartedly does. He is in the pit lane. He will serve his mandatory pit stop with a now 11-second gap to P2. Midfield pack though, Maya and Nikola Kakis having a bit of a fight. As Nikola Kakis stays drifting in the 4-wheel drive Alpha.
So the gap from Karlzak to Bevan before Bevan jumped into the pits there was 20 seconds. So it's pretty good comeback there from Karlzak, honestly, to have all those incidents and still only be 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it kind of sucks for him though. Let's be honest, but yeah, 20 seconds is a big gap.
Well, he is technically only 8 seconds off of Hill right now, and they are on technically still the same pit schedule. So we'll see if maybe he can close that gap up, maybe salvage a second, possibly.
We will find out. Nikola Kakis though gets the gap ahead of Myatt now, so that battle's kind of fizzled down a little bit. Everything is now slightly calmer. James Leach catching Bevan though. Alfie will have a lot of work to do, but you got to bear in mind everyone ahead of him, pretty much everyone ahead of him, still needs to make a pit stop, so he should be alright with this. I would be with that kind of gap. What happened to Nikola Kakis? He was 4th. He pitted, I believe. So I think he's served his mandatory quite quickly.
Yeah, it says that he has made a pit stop.
A good position for him though, if he can maintain that, that's the thing. Is everyone ahead of him bar
Alfie and Hill now. Hill just dove into the pits.
Yeah,
and same with Scott.
So those guys will need to pit still as Leach gets very wide. But Nikola Kakis, it depends where he is in relation to the cars ahead of him pitting and how powerful the undercut. Yeah, it's undercut when you pit sooner than your competitors to try and get them in the pit lane.
I want to say Scott and Hill were ahead prior to all the pit stops starting, but it looks like Nikola Kakis is going to definitely pass Scott and possibly Hill. Yep, gets around Hill as well. So jumps up a couple more positions there. So he's technically in second place right now.
That's a good result for him. It makes that work.
Definitely making that alpha work for him out here after this Mugello track. It seemed like everybody else was having a lot of trouble with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets through the field all right and makes it work for him. That's a very good performance from Nikola Kakis doing the undercut strategy of pitting early and then getting ahead of anyone else. Grippy tyres work, but then downside of that is that he's going to have less grip on his tyres compared to everyone else around him, but less time to have to defend the position. Equally, less time for the cars behind him to make the move. 2 and 4 with that strategy, I think, but a lot of the time we can make it work. It does usually pay off.
Well, right now, Hill behind him has made his pit stop as well, but Nikolakakis is on the mediums and Hill is on the softs.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim Bobo in the thick of it, getting a bit of a love tap there from Casper in the Alfa Romeo. He's all sorts over the place when we jumped to him on the live images, but he did keeps it going. Manages to keep it pointing in the right direction, but did lose a position to Scott. So let's have a look. Leach, Jorgensen, and Karolzak all head into the pit lane.
And that just leaves Tim Bob to complete his pit stop.
Yeah, absolutely. So
she's coming down right now.
There we go. That's a good cue. We'll take that any day. Right, Karolzak up into 4th now, which is half decent. Right, Nikolakakis though is second, inherited second basically from everyone else around him. So he's made that strategy work well for him. He's actually pulled a gap to Hill in about 2 seconds.
He is also the big mover so far, up 8 positions, the most out of anybody else on the grid.
Oh, take that any day. I think he'll be quite pleased with that.
I think I would take that home.
Right. Oh, what's happened to Karolzak? Dropped down the order. He's fighting away with Scott. Side by side through this very complexy type of corners. Ooh, tries to look up the inside last minute is Karolzak, but can't make it work. Scott goes very wide on the curb, gets very bouncy on the rumble strips. Bit of damage there for Karolzak though, you've got to bear that in mind, that's going to have an effect. Yes, second place for Alex Nikolakakis. A very good result for him so far. He does continue on, keeps it going. There's Karolzak. That car of Karolzak though looks absolutely horrible to drive with that bonnet and the front end. The damage just looks awful. He's keeping it in 5th. That's a good drive from him. 8.5 minutes to go. Leader is currently Alfie Beaven with a 10-odd second lead. As I say that, we jump to him. We could potentially curse him there as he gets into a massive slide coming out of the first turn. Second turn.
I think that's how Alfie has been driving this thing a little bit more sideways than normal.
Sideways and drifty, and then pray to God it works, kind of thing.
Right.
It's been working for him, so it's good enough. He's a good enough driver to know what he's doing when he knows how to push these cars. Although I say that, there's been an issue for Nikolakakis. The gap between him and Hill in 2nd and 3rd respectively, now down to below 1 second.
I think that might just be the tire difference playing into Hill's favor right now.
Mediums versus softs, so yeah, I can see
they're
that.
They're up to operating temps, so Hill should have the advantage now. Give it a couple more minutes, and it should start swinging back in Nikolakakis' favor here.
Oh, massive instance with Tim Bob though, as he's facing the wrong direction. Let's get it going again. But obvious mistake there from Tim Bob. Yeah,
as you say that, Hill has a little bit of a slide as well and drops off the back of Nikolakakis a little bit.
Dropped back with Hill and Nikolakakis. They continue to chase each other down into the final turn. These cars do slide though, that's the thing. Take as much curb as you dare on exit of that final turn. As both these drivers will head on for another round of this Mugello circuit.
So Nikola Kakis did have a 6/10 faster lap than Hill there, but both Scott and Karlzak behind ran 2-second faster lap times. So they are coming in a hurry.
They are indeed, and I think they're pretty much within the same couple of corners of each other. So this will be a four-way battle eventually at the dying parts of this race, 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd. Drive, move and drive, says Leski75. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for the comment and for the comment in chat. Much appreciated. Indeed, but yes, Alfie says definitely we need to be telling Alfie to keep his head down and keep doing what he's doing, because it's all panning out for him now. Fantastic drive, avoiding all the lap 1 carnage with drivers going off left, right and centre, and yeah, it's really paid off for him.
Yeah, how he made it through all of that, I don't know. Because, I mean, Nikola Kakis and Karlzak both got caught up in it, and they were ahead of him. So I'm wondering if they got into each other and he just kind of drove around.
Potentially. Yeah, it might be there was a absolute cluster of events that caused that calamity. But we tried to capture it all. I think we did miss a couple of key details there. But you can see now the top 4 are pretty much in the same straight. Not top 4, should I say? Oh no, that's Karlzak round. Oh dear, oh dear.
That's rough.
That's very rough.
I think he's going to be hoping to maybe hold on to that 5th now.
Well, in the background, that is Casper Streistrand and Jacob Hein now going to be filling up the wing mirrors of Karlzak after that final turn spin.
Definitely lucky that it ended up pointing in the right direction for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely. Alpha, its 4-wheel drive will prove very useful in these demanding corners, but when it gets to the straights, that's where it loses out. So we'll see with just under 4 minutes to go how much of an impact he can make. And when I mean that, I literally don't mean as in, like, you know, contact or impact, but you know what I mean. Stop it, guys. Anyway.
Oh, I think he can make quite the impact.
No, let's not. That's not, Dominic. Souls God, I enjoy Mugello. It's a very flowing track, isn't it? It's very demanding. If you get offline, you're going to be punished. But boy, oh boy, isn't it rewarding when you do get it right.
I wouldn't know. I have yet to do that. Me and this track, we don't get along very well.
Oh dear. Dare I ask?
I don't know what it is. It's a great track. It is, you know, definitely a fun layout, but I'm not good at it for some reason.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not good at many tracks. I can only drive Silverstone and maybe Spa very well, but apart from that, good luck. Anyway, Hill, Nikakakis. Gap is closing.
It is and it isn't. It seems to come down a little bit and then kind of stretch back out a little
like
and
a yo-yo.
kind of come back down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's interesting.
Gap to Scott and Hill kind of slowed down too, on how fast it was closing in. I'm wondering if Karlzak was pushing Scott there to maybe drive a little over their limit.
Potentially, yes. 2 minutes to go, so I think another 2 laps at the very least, depending where the leader is on the track. Let's see, await these guys to finish the race. So Bevan, where's Bevan? Yeah, it'll be 2 more laps, I reckon. This one and another.
I was just watching Beaven, and he's doing extra slidey things right now. I feel like his tires possibly are have reached their limit.
They're screaming, please stop, no more punishment, I can't take it anymore.
Yes, they're saying, are you sure there's a minute left? Are you sure that doesn't say 0?
No, exactly. Oh, very slidey through the last turn, Jesus. Gets on the power and all that counter steering as well. You can see into the cockpit in this camera. It's quite entertaining to see him shuffle the steering wheel left and right, getting the car to turn. Phone says, I'm not the fan of the slow right into the chicane to the slow left. Oh, the chicane isn't there. Are you thinking of Monza, good sir? This is Mugello, not Monza. Both Italian though, so I can understand the confusion.
Yes, both very fun tracks too.
Yeah, exactly. But Alfie Bevan on his last lap of this Mugello circuit before we go into the second half-hour race of this evening. If you enjoyed this race, guess what, folks? We get to do it all over again in the next half-hour race. 5-minute qualifying to follow after this, a one-shot qualifying basically. Drivers only get 1 or 2 chances to set a lap time, and that will really spice up the order. And we will maybe see some faster guys get caught out by that.
Yeah. So we got the gap between 2, 3, and 4 here is definitely closing up.
It is indeed.
There's definitely going to be a little bit of a battle going on.
Indeed there is. We'll keep an eye on that as we see. Where's Alfie coming up to? Not for a while yet. Not going to be in the last corner for a while yet. We'll stick with second, third, and fourth, as they will be battling towards the line. We said it'll be a 4-way battle at the dying ends of this race. Sadly, it's only 3 because of Karolzak's interesting use of track limits and ends up spinning on the final turn. But there's all this man. He's now just showboating, sliding through the penultimate corner onto the exit curb as he goes down into the final turn. He's going to drift it. Look at that, completely sideways. That's just showing off at this point.
Yeah, he's just showing off now.
Indeed. Change for the final podium position though. Scott gets past Hill. So that is a position change. Hill drops to 4th. Alfie Bevan, congratulations, is your race winner for the race 1 tonight of 2. But Nikola Kakis starts. Is that Nikola Kakis out of fuel?
Oh no, I believe it is.
He is going dreadfully slowly. All that hard work has now become undone for Alex Nikola Kakis. He's returned to pits. Dear God, sir.
No, that. Oh man, he's gonna be talked a lap, I believe, so he will be down the order for sure.
Oh no, Nikola Kakis, no! Oh, that's insane. Right, there is a battle though for Silver, Caroline, and Lindblom at the dying ends of this race. It's 10th, 11th, and 12th going all at it, and I think this is going to be close with P10. We'll see what happens as they come down into the final turn. It's going to be a 3-way battle for all these guys as they're going to come across the start-finish straight. And it is going to be Silver taking P10, or P9 should I say, because of Nikola Kakis. So it'll be 9th, 10th and 11th for Silver, Caroline Lindblom. P12 will be Ben Myatt. And P13 for Leach Senior. As he completely promptly goes off the wall. Tim Bob 14th. And it will be Olka's. Oh, Olka's goes back to pits as well. So Nikola Kakis is safe in 15th. He will just pull forward just to go across the start finish line. Does Olka's.
Oh no, Nikola Kakis got hit with the DNF.
Oh no.
So he didn't even He didn't even take the checkered flag because his pit stall was behind the line.
Oh no. Oh boy.
That's
rough.
not good.
That is absolutely rough. Right. I am going to pray to God. I'm going to leave the server. I pray to God my computer doesn't throw a hissy fit. I think we are still live and we are still streaming, which is nice.
Yeah.
You are still with me, which is also
there
a
goes the
good sign.
connection.
And the connection.
There we got it.
Oh no, we're back. We're back with me. You're here. You're still here. It's all good.
Yep. I'm here.
Oh, it's fine. You just wait for the second server to launch in about 2 minutes. A bit more.
In about about a minute.
2 minutes.
Half-ish.
I know, it's bang on 2 minutes. Whilst we do wait for the second server to go live, we are just going to take a very brief break as I get a chance to go and quickly get some water. So folks, stay right with us. We will be back, me and Dominic, for the second race of the round 3 here in Mugello. And we'll be right back with you. Hello, good evening folks, welcome back, and after a brief comfort break we are going to be back live with you here on YouTube for the second race of the third round of the oNID Racing Classic DTM Championship here at Mugello for a second course. Now our wonderful friends at SimRacing.GP are providing our servers for the series, as they do for all of our wonderful sim racing endeavours, and we're just waiting for the server to go live, and indeed it has, and we will be joining the track again in a moment's time. Dominic, are you back with us? Good sir.
Yep, I'm back and I am in, ready for the second half-hour race here tonight.
Good stuff. Well, we have got about 10 minutes of practice, sadly, in the next server, just to allow everyone to join and get everything back sorted with the track, and make sure everything is working a-okay for the next race. I'm just querying whether we can get any interviews. I don't think we can, sadly, because they're all expecting it now, aren't they, for the interviews. I'm very tempted to see if we can drag someone down.
Are we even able to do that?
And actually, no, we're not, because
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Different. Yep.
Oh, hold on. That's a thing. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna message someone and see if they will come up with that. Oh, hello. Well, I'm very happy we are not live on the track at the minute, because the green was just crashed on me. Which is very interesting.
Oh, that would cause some issues, I feel like.
That would, yeah, absolutely, as we just wait for my PC to figure out what in the world it wants to do. And then
I think we have plenty of time here.
We do have plenty of time, indeed, absolutely. Let's try and join that. Would you do me a favour and drop a message to our wonderful Vendorama, see if we come for a quick chat about that race?
Yep.
Had a half decent result, we did, in the top 10. I'd like to know what you thought about it.
He had an extremely clean car as well coming across the finish line.
He did have an extremely clean car.
He was like, none of your guys' tomfoolery, I'm staying away from everybody.
Absolutely, what is he doing? He is in pits at the minute, which is mildly annoying. There we go. There he is in the pit lane. Has he joined us yet? Where is he? He probably won't join now because we've asked him. So he's probably not going to join soon, but only. We will go live to the track as we do await the practice session to tick down. People getting their laps in. It's been a bit of sighting laps, nothing major at all really, just having a bit of fun, making sure the connections are all good, and once they've figured all that out, we'll be able to get the 5 minutes of qualifying underway and get that all going.
Make sure everybody throws that extra liter or two of fuel in.
Exactly. Poor Alex. Carol's Nicola Kakis, so
that is just getting
brutal.
Honestly.
Absolutely brutal. And he is back out on track, bless him. He's stuck with it, and indeed we have 18 drivers in the next session, I do believe, or is that, no, we've sadly dropped to 17 drivers, should I say, but still a very healthy turnout for as the second race of the season. And but yeah, you got a feel for him though. He did everything right but the fuel.
Yeah, that was. I thought something looked a little off in the last turn. I was watching him come through it, and I believe it was Scott just drove right around the outside. And I'm like, wait, why? What? And then I just saw the slowing and pulling over. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, gutting, isn't it? Mr. Rich 87, did he run out of fuel before the mini racing? Potentially. I think he might have done that a couple of times, just misjudged the fuel and tried to get a bit too much performance out of the car. with a lighter car with less fuel. But yeah, it's a risky play, isn't it? You then try and fuel save, or if you do push it to the limit and then you get caught out by it like he did, it just ruins your race, doesn't it? But as I said, it's going to be a very promising performance if you can do that, but get the fuel right. So
I think he would have had it had he not been locked in that battle at the end. He would have
Yeah.
been able to fuel save it, but I think that obviously had to go out the window to maintain that position.
yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Sadly, no one coming along to have a quick natter with us in the common spots during this practice session, so you've just got us for company, folks. It is a pleasure to have you, and we do thank you for your support. And on that subject of support, on the bottom left of your screens, you've been seeing some wonderful logos popping past. Ben22 Racing, Simhound, Go for the Gap, SimRacing.GP, all very fantastic supporters. Kadan Computers as well, fantastic supporters that enable us to do these sessions and leagues and races, and without their support, would be in a terrible state. I would think. Everyone would take the opportunity to say thank you to everyone involved in oNID, and indeed our sponsors and supporters as well.
Gentlemen, I got a message saying you wanted to chat.
He came out of nowhere and he scared me.
Hey, he got us for once, so there you go.
He did. He got me going all soppy about our supporters and sponsors,
Yeah.
and then goes, "Hi guys, I'm here."
It's us.
Good evening, sir. Right, we need to
Eve.
ask you. We need to ask you
Yeah.
a bit of inside scoop of the voice
Okay.
channel. Nicola Kakis.
Yeah, ran out of fuel. He had 1
Yeah.
litre going on to the last lap.
Oh dear God.
I mean, I'm not complaining too much considering I was behind him. So
No, I don't think he would.
in my mercenary thoughts, you know.
Of course, absolutely. Free placed, yay. Dear God, that's a gut wrenching because it did everything right. Absolutely everything.
Yeah.
But the fuel.
Yeah,
You know. It's
he
like-
he wasn't a happy boy.
I can imagine. I was saying to Dominic, "Oh, let's go and drag over a chat." Oh wait, we can't. Oh no, whoopsies. Because our voice channels for the comments box is now in a different Discord, and we can only get the inside scoop, sadly, which is annoying. But Nicola Kakis, I'm sure, is keen to make amends for that horrid race. But yourself, how was your race, good sir? We saw you.
I was quite much happier than last week, where I
stop.
completely ruined my setup. Yeah, the car feels good. It feels really nice to drive.
Good.
I'd finally got brave enough to turn off ideal line this week, but unfortunately it's turned it back. I forgot to change it for my multiplayer settings, so it's been turned back on.
Oh, glorious.
But I know where my braking points are now.
Well, that is
Fact.
very handy. Indeed.
In fact, while it's still practice, I might jump out and jump back in and turn it off. Because it's got to the point where I'm actually finding it annoying now.
Oh God, no, that's fair enough. No, something very interesting to note. Not that I'm going to read into it too much. Some drivers, as I jump to Alfie B when he gets absolutely nailed by Zach Silver in the Alpha, are trying out the hard tyres.
They are. I'm not a fan. I find them awful. Tim had a good run on them, but they came into actually being being good quite close to the end of the pit window, which I'd say limits their usefulness.
Well, we are with Tim Bob now with live pictures. He is trying to drive hard. He does go into the gravel pit after turn 3 or 4 there, and
Yes, as he put it, he keeps timming himself.
Timming himself. Love it. That's got to go on some owned merchandise at some point. Along with Suck It Up Buttercup, and that is a punt.
Yes, 100%.
Anyway, but yeah, we'll just wanted a bit of inside scoop basically on how that first race went, and of course the big standout story there.
Yeah.
Nicola Kakis completely losing fuel, just it's gutting for him, really, isn't it? Bless him.
Yeah, he was very upset by that, understandably so. But he's a good lad. He'll rally back for race 2.
Soul's God in chat. I want something that says it's a 3-way. Oh dear Lord, what have I started? Ben, we'll let you get back off the voice channel. We may ask you to jump back up again to give us a bit of an inside scoop at the end of the next race.
I will hopefully spot the message in time, but we'll see what we can do.
Good man.
Right, have a
Take
good
care.
one, guys.
You have a good one. There you go, folks. Nice to get an inside scoop, and don't say I don't do anything for you folks. Anyway. God, that sounded really up myself. I didn't mean to sound like that. Lynn Bloom will finish his lap. Or comes into a bit of pit stop practice, I do think. Slams the brakes on. You can go full throttle into the pit lane and it won't penalise you, which is absolutely hilarious. Leach will come across the line now to finish off his lap. And it's a 202.6 on the softs. But the hard tyres were being used, which is interesting. You know, people were playing around with them and seeing what was happening. But yeah, that's an interesting one. That we'll keep an eye on that for the rest of the race. We are going to go into the 5-minute qualifying now, which will decide the race order for the last half-hour races this evening. One-shot qualifying, pretty much only enough time for 1 or 2 laps, so the cars that get out early will be rewarded. But if you leave it too late, you're not going to get a lap in. Sorry, I'll say that again. Sorry, if you leave it late, you're only going to get 1 lap in. If you leave it too late, you're not going to get a lap at all.
Yeah, definitely the possibility of getting those 2 laps in, but we'll definitely have to find your space and get around in time.
Indeed, well, we are going to get going as Kalzak is the car out on track first, ahead of everyone else. Whether it will stay that way come when they get down to start finish, that's another question. But for now, Kalzak leaves him out. Scott, then Hill, then Heinbeaver, Jorgensen, Silver, Strystrand, and then Overstreet, then Wyatt. With the order, they are all out on track as it stands. Right, so we'll go and try and keep track of this time around because it is quite hectic when you do 1-lap qualifiers, especially when people decide to go out all at once and then finish their laps all at once. Interestingly, Senior on the hard tyres in 12th place as it stands on the timing tire. Hard tyres for James Senior, mediums for Tim Bob. Not quite sure the benefit of doing so. Do they start on the same compound of tyres? No, you can't. You have free choice when you start the race. There's no real gain to go softs or mediums apart from the fact if you think the softs aren't going to last.
Yeah, maybe possibility they're talking amongst each other in the chat, and some of them haven't tried them. Maybe they're just kind of sacrificing the quality to just try them out.
Yeah, why have tyres when you can run them on the rims? That sounds like God.
Very true.
Yeah, it's very true. Rims.
More flashy.
Rubbers are for people who can't race. I like the rims.
Yeah, the rubber bit's overrated.
Yeah, you need some rubber on a tyre. You can just skid around on the metal parts. It's fine. It's all good. You don't need grip. What are you talking about?
Don't know how the track owner would feel about that, but you know.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, Kalzak will come across the start-finish line and start his first lap. He will have time for another lap. So will Hill, Beaven, and I reckon Heinz, Silver, and Jorgensen will get away with getting second laps in. Only just. Anyone below that, I think, will have to settle for 1 flying lap. We will stay with Kalzak though, as he does get onto his first of 2 flying laps, I do believe. Ignore the times that are being set on the timing boards, they are out laps, so the timer does start when you leave the pit lane, and the times are registered if you do keep them valid on your outlap. So those times are wholly inaccurate. Do not take reference. They are just the game's way of saying, hey, you set a lap time, well done.
You went from the pit to the starting line. Good job.
And you kept the lap valid. Well done. Good job. Have a participation medal.
Actually, you know what's funny though is Carlsack did not keep his lap valid on that outlap. He's the only one without a time in there.
Stridestrand didn't either.
Oh, straight. Yep. And Askery.
Yeah, good point as well. Yeah. I know Oscar got a time in. He got a time in.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah. As we'll see Carlsack come across the middle sector. They'll be presented with a final left-hander in a minute. A much better camera view to spectate these cars from is this one. This is the final turn. He comes down, will probably push the exit curb as much as he dares. Takes quite a safe amount of curb actually. There's car Stridestrand in the background spinning sadly, and will this be?
I want to say that was Angela Scott actually.
That was Angela Scott staying. So it's a 2:07 for Carlsack as it stands. Hill comes across. Bevan comes across the line. A 2:05.23. Very good lap for Alfie Bevan there. Top of the times as it stands. Who else is on a lap? Let's scroll up and down the field. Leach Senior's on a lap. Not going to be quick enough though, but will be an improvement compared to the lap he's on. But he's got massive damage. Hine up into fourth with 15 seconds to go. He'll get another lap in. Nicola Kakis in ninth. Really gets pipped by Bloomquist. Tim Bob as well. Leach Senior comes across the line. Does set a time better than his previous, but will get another lap. The checker flag is out. Leach sees the checker flag, doesn't improve. Lindblom sees the flag, doesn't improve. So does Meyer, it stays down in 17th. Bevan's on a lap. He's going to have a bit of traffic ahead of him. Can't quite tell who that is. Car 7 perhaps of Hill.
I think, yeah, it's Hill.
So, get a bit of traffic going up. Hill gets very loose and loses it and goes into the sandpit. Hill is out of qualifying. Hill will stay third or worse, depending on the cars behind him. Bevan does continue though. Is not improving. Is not a personal best.
Carlsack went off as well.
He did indeed, as Bevan will continue the lap. And isn't set to improve as of yet. Where is Carlsack? Carlsack is losing it ahead of him. He's sideways and will not improve. He is out of qualifying, hits the barriers, keeps it off track, keeps it out of the way. But a mistake there in the penultimate corner. We'll see him only guaranteed at the very best second place. Hine is off as well, so Hine will also go back to the pit lane and not improve. Bevan does go back to pits. Bevan on pole as it stands. Olkers is setting personal best, not enough to challenge pole as it stands. We will keep an eye on that lap. He's going to go through the final turn in that Alfa Romeo. Best of the Alphas so far.
Scott betters their time, but still stays in third.
Yeah, good lap for Ethan Scott. Olkers coming across the line. Goes fourth. Good lap for Olkers. Bloomquist is going. Stridestrand comes across the line and improves. So that's an improvement from them. Bloomquist will come across the line. Doesn't improve. And gee, that's everything. I've got lost track of everything. Let's get a final standing order. Alfie Bevan's your pole sit at 2:0.5. Carlsack in second. Angela Scott third. Olkers fourth. Hill fifth. Jacob Hines sixth. Tim Bob seventh. Stridestrand 8th, Bloomquist 9th, Zach Silver 10th, Jorgensen 11th, Nicola Kakis 12th, Lindblom 13th, Leach Senior 14th, James Leach in 14th, James Leach Senior in 15th, so that's going to be an interesting family battle, Chris Overstreet in 16th, Norman Bruce 17th, and then Ben Asker 18th, and Ben Meyer rounding up the field in 19th. Have a lot of faith in Bob, do you, says Souls God. No reason other than his name being Bob. That's a lot of faith to have having someone just named by the name called
Solid
Bob.
choice. Solid
It's
choice.
solid. I will give you that. It is a very solid choice. We see all the cars go to grid. Oh dear God! Can I breathe yet? Can I?
Nope. You got a half hour to go.
Oh dear God! Why? Oh dear God! I'm losing my voice already. This is absolutely insane. Right, half hour. Another race. Same again as last time. Pit window. Between 10 minutes and 20 minutes into the race. Mandatory tyre change. No refueling needed, but a tyre change is, and it has to be done within the middle 10 minutes of the race. Right, we will see everyone count on the grid. At the time of the countdown, we'll see 5 lights, 6 lights in this case. And here we go. For what will be the final race of the night of round 3 here at Mugello. Lights out, and away we go. Everyone gets a reasonably good start as the leaders do get away. There's a BMW dropping down the order ever so slightly, and we will keep an eye on that. And I think everyone's going to get to turn 1, all in relatively the same state as they entered it. And I say that, there's an Alpha going around. It's car rate and collects another Alpha, and there's contact in the field. That's Bloomquist, Oscar and Overstreet. And is that Ben Myatt as well involved? It is. I was holding up my hopes, but we didn't get a clean start. Tim Bob dropping down the order sadly. Bob's in the wall. Sadly, your faith in...
Scott's fallen down the order as well, back in 12th.
Oh, that's big. What has happened to Angela? So that's going to be a cut and back drive for Angela. The leaders though, top 3 putting away Olkers, Karlslak and Bevan as it stands. Massive moment there from Karlslak, cutting the corner there, trying to get a bit of an advantage, and you can get on the curbs here, but you've got to be careful with track limits, otherwise it can be reported to the stewards and they will penalise drivers for being a bit being a bit over exuberant with using the curbs. But in the background though, lovely little battle here for what, 6th, 7th and then 8th, 9th and 10th, as they all find their own pace and space and try and get their heads down to have a go. In the background, that's Angela Scott making a move on a Leach Senior, and that is, speaking of leeches, is the other leech in the grass, and Nicola Kakis as well having a moment.
Yep, I believe Leach just misjudged their brakes and got into the back of Nicola Kakis there, and they both kind of half spun.
3 wide though, it becomes 2 wide, but it was 3 wide for also 9th, 8th and 7th into turn 1, and they all kind of sort themselves out there. Jorgensen will have a look around the outside of, that is Lindblom. Outside becomes the inside, but then the inside will then become the outside again for him. But he makes it work because Lindblom takes too much curb on entry and a little bit too much on exit as well.
Yeah, definitely a nice save there, but got a little bit sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. Leach Senior though trying to make up some ground, and so is Nicola Kakis, and they both want to go at it. And I think Leach Senior yields a little bit there for Nicola Kakis. But then look at this. We haven't seen this for a while. Leach versus Leach. Father and son. I certainly hope it's it's father and son.
Right. Looks like Senior's showing him the way around though.
Showing him the ropes, going, come on, boyo. Let's see if this old man can show you how it's done. I really hope he's the father at this point, because
we've pretty much committed to it, I feel like now.
It's great content. But part of it's like, if he's not actually related, it is a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, how ironic would that be that there's just no relation there?
That's at least he. How can you not be related? Anyway, the younger Leech does get it a little bit wider though.
In the chat, we got a go Bob go and a no Bob no.
Go Bob, go, no Bob, no. Oh, hello leaders. Look at this. BMW versus Mercedes. Bevan in Mercedes goes deep into turn 1 and Karolczak gets cut back. But the outside then becomes the inside becomes the outside. But that doesn't matter for Karolczak because he makes it work. And that is a change for the lead. Bevan though may have a run up into the next turn. Karolczak goes defensive. Oh, he doesn't go defensive, slides it up the inside. Oh, that's Karolczak round! Hard into the wall on the left side. That's going to be damage and race partially over for him.
Just has the pace but can't seem to catch a break, it seems like.
Massive shot. That's going to be lots of damage. Down in P3 now, under threat from Hill, Strystrand and Hein now in 4th, 5th and 6th respectively. God, that's massive. Absolutely massive for this race. And for the championship as well. Oh, I'm gutted for him, really am. That's just... Ugh.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what he can do. See if he can battle back. I mean, I don't know if the first race was any sign of anything. He was only 20 seconds back after a lot more chaos, so
yeah,
he might be able to get that back.
Well, we shall see. Wow, that's a turn up for the book, sadly, isn't it? It really is. That's slightly annoying, but we'll live and learn, I'm sure. But it won't be a good feeling for him right now with a damaged car and maybe a bit of a damaged pride. He'll probably look back on stream and say he caught that. How dare he catch that on stream? He's immortalised. How dare he? But Karolczak
Already back up to second, though.
Already back
Making
to
a move on
second.
all cars there.
Around the outside of turn 1, so he's definitely still got confidence in the car, even though it's obvious that he's got a bit of damage there. I think he'll get away with that, but he's making it work so far. Right, so. No, he's still loose around that corner. He's pushing. His car's like it's about a 4.8 second gap to be even now. So we'll leave him be.
They are on opposite tires too, as well. Now that I just noticed that.
Noticed that, yeah, as well. So that's going to come into it as well. Everyone's now kind of eased themselves into position. There's a bit of a nice little battle for Overstreet and Bruce, 15th and 16th respectively. For Bruce and Overstreet, should I say, 15th and 16th respectively, because that's the right order round. I know what I'm saying, it's fine. Overstreet is chasing down Bruce for what is P15. But still points most, if not all, finishers. We do give points for every finisher in the league, and Bruce goes very wide, and that is a free position there for Overstreet. No work needed. Bish bash bosh, all done. And that is that. Oh, rear damage though for Overstreet though. Look at the rear of that car though on Overstreet.
Yeah, that front lid has seen better days, I'd say.
Indeed it has. Nicola Kakis sadly dropping down the order from James Leach though. 2 Alphas will go at it for what is P9 and P10. Leach getting the better of him into the final turn. It's Nicola Kakis going to have a little bit down the inside. He's going to have a look. Gets on the brakes. It's very close. But equally, Leach does go very deep, potentially maybe to avoid a collision. Saw his review and maybe went a little bit deep to avoid it, potentially. Who knows? No matter that, though, they both continue.
I've done that before.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to go deep just to be
You're
sure.
like, that guy's going to hit me. I'm just going to not make the turn right now. I'd rather not get taken out, please.
No, let's not. Exactly. It does continue, though. Both of them do. And they live to fight another day.
Yeah, it just seems like got a few people who are close, but not really anybody within like that striking distance.
Absolutely. Soul Squad, I do not know that reference. I do apologise, because it reminds me of the time of that one episode in Initial D where Takumi finds out his dad was like a better driver than him. I don't understand the reference. I am so sorry.
Yep, I apologize. I am not the anime.
Is it anime?
Person. No,
It's anime.
I don't watch. Initial D's anime. I know that. It's like a drift anime, isn't it? I hope it is. Now that I've said that with so much confidence.
Yeah. What I can say with confidence, though, is pit window is now open as Hill gets very slidey into the entry final turn. Oh, he saves that. He's a very lucky boy. He looked like he was almost going to lose it there, but saves it right at the last minute.
One of those. It's gone. Wait a minute. No, it ain't.
Going, not gone. Gets away with it big time. In the background, though, Strand having to defend from Scott. And Scott does get the move done. And on the outside of turn 1 becomes inside for turn 2. And is able to then power through the corner. Got some pitters opening, Chris Overstreet and Silver all electing to pit further down the order, and indeed will just get their pit stops out the way with. Let's see if they can capitalise on anyone else up in front of them. But yeah, this battle for what is P4, P3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all pretty much in the same straight as each other, which is always nice to see, in about 2.5 seconds. And then Hill isn't really... Sorry, apologies. Oh, because it's actually a battle for P3. I do apologise. Then P2 isn't that far ahead of them. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all pretty much in the same straight, which is always nice to find and nice to see.
Yeah, they're all about about anywhere from 3/10 to about 7/10 behind each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Hine nose looking raised. It goes very wide, and that's Hine into the gravel. I think that's the second time of him doing that, and he gets very much punished for it.
That's a really big gravel trap over there, so don't want to be out there.
No, indeed, dives to the pit lanes and take his mandatory, and a couple of cars behind him. Lindblom dives in as well. Nikola Kakis is in, and so Nikola Kakis is in. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Yeah, Lindblom behind Nikola Kakis. Leach Senior jumps up. Jorgensen jumps up some positions as well. Oh, Nikola Kakis misses his pit box. Oh, he's going to be annoyed at that. Oh, let's hope he fuels. He's got enough fuel in to finish the race this time round. Let's hope. But your race leader, as it stands, 6.1 seconds is the advantage over Karolczak, Alfie Bevan, and dominating the race as it stands. I'm really throwing the boat out now. I'm really cursing it and saying that Alfie Bevan's been having such a great lead. You know, he's doing so well. Getting passive aggressive with my comments of commentators cursing. Karolczak second, Olkers third, Hill fourth, Scott fifth, Strand 6th, Leach 7th, Leach Senior 8th, Jorgensen 9th, Tim Bob 10th. Not everyone's had their pit stops. The order will change further. Keep an eye on that. Watch this space. Things aren't set in stone as of yet. Right. Let's have a look. It's just drifting through those X's. It's absolutely insane. In the background. Oh, Alkers and Hill having a fight in the background.
Yeah, I think Hill's definitely got a little bit of pace, but Oker's got a little bit wider car.
Oh, he's definitely making it as wide as he can.
One of the two.
Yeah, pretty much. He's trying to do his best imitation of a London bus.
Got the color right.
He's got the colour right, absolutely. Yeah. I have a feeling though that Hill's going to have the straight line speed on him into the first turn, and my suspicions have been proved correct.
Yeah, he's got the speed and then some.
Indeed, or he's got to look at the inside. In the background, Scott was also fancying a go at him as well. But through the corners, I think the Alpha will be able to hold off and potentially challenge these BMs. He's going to look up the inside of turn 2. Can't quite make it work there. We'll get the power down. He's gaining so much on traction now on the exits.
Definitely getting on and off the lights there too. Trying to avert the attention elsewhere.
Yeah, outside, inside becomes the outside, so you can't make that work there. But you can see the Alpha has a clear advantage during the corners. The BMs just don't have. The cornering is so much better, but in the straight line, he's so vulnerable.
Yeah, it's
There's contact.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Yep.
That is a bit of bumping, and that car of Hill will go off and drop a position or two. Olkers will continue though, as Hill has sadly lost position there. Well, did lose position, just tries to and gets it immediately back. And what is...
I think Olkers just had a moment because Scott drove right around.
Yeah, unless he's trying to give the place back. Or was that the place? I lost track of who there. It's Hill.
Well, that would have been the place, but the wrong person.
I wonder if he's got confused between the two and realised that Hill is actually the car behind him. It's just let through another BMW.
Yeah, they are in the same livery, so.
I think we would understand if that got a little bit mighty confusing. He was going to come into the pits regardless, so. And he's followed in by the two cars behind him. Oh, that was close. Thank God they ghosted.
That got me. That scared me.
Thank God they ghosted right at the last minute.
You can see who was going for the normal entry and who was going for that I'm making every second.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hill, Olkers, Strand, Leach Senior all in the pits. 3 minutes to go to pit window. Bevan still yet to pit. Kawasaki yet to pit. Scott and Leach still yet to pit. And so is Jorgensen yet to pit. It's all change for now.
Casper, the big winner there in the pit shuffle between those three.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be able to actually make up a position or two potentially when the top 5 decide to make their pit stops. So that'll be interesting to see, and to see if he can capitalise off that. Although Tim Bob's in the grass, well, that's not going to be something he wants to be doing very often. On the hard tyre as well. So electing to go for the hardest compound available, potentially not really working for him.
So that three-way battle between what was it, Casper, Olkers, and Hill,
yeah,
is now a four-way with Hine tucked in there.
With them now. Indeed, Jacob Hine looking to try and make some positions. Drystrand gets ahead of them all in the pits and gets the position because of it. But we'll have 3 charging cars on his tail. And there's contact between him and Hill. And Hill's going to have a challenge of keeping Hine behind him now. But is able to do so. But Hine in turn gets Olkers for company. Olkers, there's contact between the two. And they're door banging. I have a feeling is this boiling
Just a
over
little
from
bit of bumpy.
I have a feeling is this boiling over from the previous incident, perhaps. You wouldn't like to think so. You certainly don't hope so. But you've got to think, as there's a four-wheel drift from Olkers in the last turn, but saves it, but has to tuck back behind Hein. Meanwhile, Hill and Streisand going at it as well down the main straight. The Alpha's lack of straight line is really hurting them here.
Yeah, I don't know why Casper didn't jump into that draft right there. You see Hill moved over to try to break it, but Casper didn't go back for it.
No, he's actually in the background though. Also, Olkers and Lindblom still going at it. So Olkers and Hein, should I say. And Olkers managing to hold off the BMW for now. There's contact again between the two. And they're getting very bumpy in the latter stages of this race. 8 seconds, 7 seconds until the pit window closes. So if you've not made your pit stop, and you're going to get a big old penalty at the end of the race. If you haven't made your pits now.
Everybody has made their stop, and Silver's made a bonus one.
Ooh, interesting.
He's going for extra credit.
Yeah, I think so. But Olkers there getting very wide upon exit of that corner and gets himself a little bit compromised because the BMW reason to stay with the Alpha through the corners as the Mercedes, should I say. It's not BMW, it's the Mercedes. Has a massive moment on power on exit through that uphill right-hander just previously. That four-wheel drive of the Alpha's holding him off in the corners, but coming this main straight, he's going to be a sitting duck.
Yeah, I wonder how the power is compared to the Mercedes to the AMG. We know the Beamer's got legs on the Alpha, but I wonder what that Mercedes can do.
We'll see once they get down onto the main straight.
I am noticing, though, Hill and Casper have closed their way in on the back of Scott for the most part.
Spotted that as well. That was in my I can't even say the fancy word for it. I did notice.
My side view. I saw it in my side view.
Peripherals. I think I said that right. Good God. Sorry, I know what I'm doing, guys. Don't worry. Honest. That's a massive lockup from Olkers. No.
That was a big miss. What happened there?
I'm not entirely sure. Massive lockup. I'm not sure if there was contact made. I looked away to chat for a very brief moment to see what was happening.
No, there was definitely no contact. That was just all. I think that was target fixation on the car in front of him, maybe.
Potentially. He does keep it going though. Still holds off the position from Lindblom, which is hilarious.
Yeah, that gap has closed up though.
What? 17, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Yeah. Oh, hello. That's a back marker of someone, Ben Asker. So he's getting out of the way of the leaders, sadly, is Ben. But yeah, the gap is closing between fourth and third. And fourth and fifth is also slowly closing. But fifth and sixth is continuously heating up as we've been seeing with 7 minutes left to go of this final half-hour race of the evening. Ooh, massive moment. That's interesting. Was that from position? That was. I think. No, it wasn't. Olkers has gone off somewhere. And I thought that.
No. Olkers had that moment where he went wide.
Ignore me. Am I just being a div? No, it's now become a three-way battle. Yeah, that's why.
Leach did just get around Lindblom, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was getting confused. I was seeing a red alpha, but it was actually a back marker. I know what I'm doing. Honest, guys.
Bob just got around Bruce for 15th as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm slowly getting with it. Mercedes definitely having the legs on the Alphas, and the Alphas getting the traction. Look at the cutback through turn 1. This gets the job done.
Yeah, definitely drove right back underneath him.
Easy. Easy, easy, easy.
Leach is on those soft tires, though. So
Nice.
we will see what happens here in the next couple laps. I mean, I would assume that he'd be feeling them wearing away by now already with 11 laps on him.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So let's have a look at. Sorry, I got just slightly distracted there. What was it? What was your comment about a certain driver? Sorry, I got a little bit distracted.
Oh, I was just saying that Leach was on the soft tires, so
Oh, got you.
I'm
I
wondering if
yeah.
they're gonna fall off on him.
just got completely distracted there. I do apologise. Yeah, it's quite a possibility. He's holding strong though. He's keeping Olkers honest. Ooh, was that Chris off in the wall?
Yep, I just saw that out of the corner of my eye as well.
Oh, that's a very damaged car as well. Chris Overstreet. It looks a little bit too wonky.
He already did have that rear end.
Oh, Leach has gone off the final corner. He just cut to him as he just got it wide onto the entrance to the final turn. God, don't come to this cursing it. Jesus Christ. Sorry, James. Maybe. A little bit. Maybe not. Leach will drop down to 9th now, sadly, because of that brief adventure onto the grass. Right, so I'm just noting something. I'm not saying that it's going to be a good race between these two guys. At Carroll's second even, the gap is closing. I'm not trying to curse it. I'm honestly not trying to curse it.
I've also noticed that they're on opposite tires again.
Is Beaven allowed to hold off a charging car on an opposite strategy? We'll see about that.
With a higher straight line speed as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a BMW straight line that's going to do it. If he can catch, that's the thing. Through the corners, these cars are pretty equal, but on the straights, it's a BMW all day long.
My question is if Carl Zach is on his rear bumper coming out of the rear turn, or the last turn, does that BMW have the legs to drive around him?
Yeah.
Because I guess that's really ultimately what it comes down to, right?
Oh, big time. That's the question. Will the BMW have legs to get round the Mercedes? I think it will.
We shall see. That gap is definitely closing down, though, little by little.
There is a change of position, though, for Leach and Lindblom. Leach dropping down to 9th. Oh, they're side by side down the main straight. And Mercedes, I fear, is going to have the legs on the Alpha.
Not by much, it doesn't look like.
I am surprised. Ooh, that was... Jesus Christ. He comes over and then goes to the inside line very aggressively, does the Alpha.
That was interesting. Got ahead on the inside and crossed over really quickly there.
That was interesting. That's the way you exactly put it.
Yeah. That was I don't really know another way to put it. Because he didn't keep the position either in the long run.
No, he didn't. Not at all. Jesus Christ. Right, so Leach and Lindblom will probably be fighting to the end of the race. The leader has pulled a gap of about 4.11 seconds, so it's now 4.5. I think. I say this.
Gap's going the other way now.
Yeah, I say this. I think Alfie Beaven will be alright if he keeps it on track.
Yeah, we'll see how sideways he starts to get.
Let's have a gander. Have a quick gander. I'll try not to curse him. final turn. This will be he'll be going on to the last lap of the night.
Yep, definitely going to be the start of the last lap here.
Yeah, absolutely. Adequate curbage is being used on that extent, not too much, not too little. Just taking good advantage of it.
Somehow Alfie opened the gap up while going around lap traffic.
Ugh, that's just showing off. P4.
He definitely got around Silver there. Now Carlzak's right behind Silver.
Yeah. P4, 5th, and 6th. Oh, relatively close.
That's Myatt jumping off, hanging out in the sand.
It is sadly. He decides wants to go build some sandcastles, and up ahead of him was the battle of what battle was that? Leech and Orcus potentially? Just looking at the gap, so there's nothing that close.
Yeah, it seems like everybody is kind of opened up. Oh my, I'm just watching Alfie right now. He is getting awfully sideways, pushing the limits for sure.
I'm not sure if he's pushing limits or just showing off. You know, he's got the race in the
I would consider that pushing the limits. You got 4 seconds and a half a lap to go. You may be showing off, but that's pushing the limits.
Right, so we'll go round the penultimate corner, gets the rear out a little bit more.
The penultimate, isn't it?
Penultimate. Oh, no, never mind.
That's
the penultimate.
The tri-penultimate. Yeah.
There we go. I got it there in the end. He will now go down to the final corner. And it has been a very dominant performance from Alfie tonight. Drifts it around the final turn. And in celebration, he's going to take the checker flag. It's been awesome, Alfie, for what has been a awesome performance. Well done, Alfie. Race winner for race 2 of round 3 here at Mugello. Carlzak takes second position, and Ethan Scott will be the best of the rest, up in P3. Zach Silver down in 17th there as the back marker's taking a checkered flag and will be classified in 17th, and Ben Myatt respectively in 18th. Hill 4th. Olkers and Josevic come together, final turn. Oh, that's big. Who's going to get going? Who's going to get a position? Olkers get back to head of Leach. And who's that in the background? That's Jorgensen. Gets 9th from Leach.
A little flash of the lights by Leach too, so I'm assuming probably not too happy with that.
Dear Lord. We'll probably try and get a bit of an insider interview with the wonderful Ben Myatt in a little while. And hopefully get a bit of an inside scoop of what happened there. Tim Bob will proudly come across the line in 14th. And indeed is chugging along in that BMW, very battered BMW, as he comes across the line for 14th. Norman Bruce will be 15th. And bring up the rear. And the last person to see the checker flag tonight will be Mr. Chris Overstreet.
I think the last thing to see the checker flag is going to be that bent wing of his that he has literally carried the entirety of the race. So good on him for sticking it out.
And that, folks, is that. Oh dear Lord. Holy Jesus. That was. I would love to know what happened with the top two. The top, no, sorry, 6th and 7th there. It was Lindblom and Olkers, was it?
Olkers and Leach.
Olkers and Leach. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm assuming somebody got into somebody, and with the flash of the lights, it was either I'm sorry or what was that, and I don't know. Typically, the flash of the lights is the latter.
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely absolutely insane. Let's see if we can get the wonderful Ben Knight into to give us a bit of feedback as to what happened in that final corner there. I've literally messaged going, get in here, please. Please, for the love of God, get in here. We need to know what happened at that last corner. That was
Whoa!
That was interesting. Oh, hello. There he is.
Hello, sweeties.
Hello, darling.
You're right.
What happened?
Oh,
Leech and Olkers, we need to know.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, and I was so far off the back that I don't know what happened.
Had her coming together the last time. The stewards might be busy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll get looked at.
How was that race for you? We saw you spinning, bless you.
Yeah, my had a coming together in someone else's accident in turn one, dropped right to the back, and
we saw that.
Yeah, wasn't it? And then it was one of those ones. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And the front end grip was gone after the splitter was damaged. So it wasn't as fun to drive, but it was a laugh. I like the track. I like the car. So
good.
Can't complain too much, really.
Very good indeed. Next week we are. Where are we next week?
That's a very, very good question.
We are at Algarve International.
Oh, Portimao.
Portimao. The fancy Portimao. Oh
yeah.
Lord, no. The elevation change on that track.
Yes, Pseudo Portimao. Yes, it's going to be great fun.
God help me if you I know Portimao. Hope for next week for yourself then, Ben. You're looking forward to it. I'm sure you're going to be racing. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. Just hoping to be consistent across both races rather than just one. So.
That's it. But no, it's Alfie even though taking both wins, which is an incredible dominance. Yes,
if I could get the ballast to work, we would be considering success ballast for next season, but I can't get it to work on the servers, so I need to have a play around with it.
Tim is in chat. He's timmed himself. And
he timmed himself, and I timmed myself. It's a lot of timage going on.
I said to the guys on stream, you need to get that on like some oNID merchandise along with some other slogans as well. That would be amazing. Dominic, your thoughts at the end of that race? That was definitely something, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely another good race. Was proven wrong there by Alfie again. I thought Carlzak possibly would have had something for him, but just looks like luck was in Alfie's hands again.
Indeed, it was.
He does like these cars, does Alfie?
He likes every car. That's the thing.
Yeah. He's very good in every car. There's other cars he doesn't like, surprisingly.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
But yeah, he really enjoys these cars.
Good. It's nice to see him have some really nice success. He's a very dominant driver, but who will challenge him? Who can challenge him? That's the question we start to ask now at this point. Tune in next week and you'll find out at Portimao. Same place, same time. 30-minute races next week as well. Another pit stop, and we'll see if the mighty Alfie can be knocked off his perch. Take care till then, guys.